Welcome. This is David Ponsler. Over his left shoulder is one of his works of art, a Ponsler. And today, what we want to talk about is more on the authentic identity theory. So I'm going to ask my friend David, who is probably the most authentic person that I've ever met in my life. As long as I've known him, he knows what he wants to do and he does it. So, David, I want you to describe yourself to our viewers.
Okay. Well, I am a lifelong metal worker, starting welding at an age of 8 and forging hot metal at the age of 14. And frankly, never considered doing anything else.
Where'd you learn this?
I was fortunately, raised in a family business where my father had started doing metal fabrication back in 1950, and I was born in 1961.
And your work has been where? Where has your work been
Yeah.
displayed?
Well, my interesting question. My work is kind of like twofold. I have sculpture like this piece over here that I've been doing since the very beginning. But I've also done architectural metal work, and I've done that ranging as far south as Antigua to Egg Harbor, Wisconsin, but mostly up and down the East Coast, working for very fine homes. Mostly it's not commercial so much as residential, fine residential homes that I do my work on.
Now, David won't tell you this, but I will. It's one of my few friends that's been in an international magazine. His work has just been displayed in books, magazines, and in museums. So I'm kind of proud of his work. But what interests me is the authentic identity theory. David was exposed to it, or I told him about it as I was writing it. What do you think of the authentic identity theory, and how does it relate to what you do in your life?
Yeah, it made a lot of sense to me from the beginning as soon as Harry started describing it because it hit really close to home. Because in his theory, at the age of 6, you know what you want to do. And that was the age where I first started going to my father's shop. And at that point, I wanted to work like the rest of the men. My father had me sweeping the floors for a couple of years, but that is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to work just like the other men.
So, what do you actually call yourself? I mean, an artist? Because that's what I consider you
Yeah.
as an artist.
Yeah, the term most commonly used is artist blacksmith.
So, you're an artist blacksmith.
Yeah, so, and being a blacksmith basically means you're changing the shape of metal by heating and hammering. And but there's a lot of things you can do with that. But I tend to be on the more artistic side.
And I noticed you had work at the airport, the Jacksonville airport.
Yes,
What work was out there?
that was 3 of 4 pieces that I originally designed and made for the Cummer Museum here in Jacksonville.
How long was it displayed at the Cummer Museum?
I think it was there for 2 years, and there's still a piece in the gardens. So one of the 4 has remained there. The other 3 are permanently now at the airport.
Awesome.